Mike, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. If I'm to get back to Springfield a well woman, it's best I say what's on my mind, yes?
Yes. Of course.
Just because I tell you I still love you. Doesn't mean I need anything in return, you know.
I know that.
You are one person who will never need therapy, you know.
Oh, really? Why do you say that?
Because you're so honest with yourself and with everyone else. It comes so naturally to you.
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, in my relationship with Hope, I have to be dishonest with her and not telling her that I'm still looking for proof to link Alan and Roger. And yet I can't be dishonest with myself and everything that I've been brought up to believe in and allow this man, who I believe is involved in criminal conspiracy, to go scot-free.
Yes, it puts you in quite a position. Mike,
Yeah.
I believe that you will end by doing what's right. Somehow you always seem to.
Unfortunately, somebody's bound to get hurt, no matter which way it comes out. But that's usually the case when a lie is exposed.
There is something else that I'd like to talk to you about. But first, I need your promise that you won't mention it to anyone else, please.
Well, sure. What is it?
Now, I'm not angry and I'm not hurt. At least I'm not angry and hurt now. But I need to talk about it. I need to clear the air.
Well, what is it?
Before I left Springfield, I learned, quite by accident, that you and Justin and Ross and Jackie, of all people, all knew that Phillip was not my natural son.
Oh, no. Well, how did you find that out?
I was visiting your office one day. Laney asked me to turn off your tape recorder. I pushed the wrong button and I heard you and Justin discussing it on the tape.
My office? My tape recorder? I don't understand. Damn, I don't understand how that could have happened.
I'm all right.
Well, you must have been devastated to find it out that way.
I was devastated. I felt betrayed. I felt a number of things that I can't even describe. But in the long run, I think it helped me.
How can you say it helped you?
Mike, I wouldn't have listened to Dr. Fisher, and I wouldn't have come to Zurich if I hadn't had my worst fears confirmed by the incident.
You mean you suspected that Phillip wasn't your natural son before you heard it?
Yes.
How?
That's not important. What's important is that I'm learning to cope with the reality of the situation. I don't think it's going to interrupt my relationship with Phillip when I go home again.
Elizabeth, I hope you understand why I never told you before.
I know that I've been under a doctor's care ever since I found out. Mike, yes, I think you cared and I think you were concerned about what would happen to me if I ever found out.
Believe me, I've hated myself for not telling you.
Don't. I am all right. I am truly all right.
And Justin doesn't know the truth about this.
No. We'll discuss it when I get back. And if I'm really as strong and as stable as I think I'm going to be, I will face Alan and demand he tell me who Philip's real parents are.
I don't think you'll be able to ever find out, Al, because I don't think Alan knows. He told me he didn't.
Really? Well, then I'll have to learn to live with that. And just hope that Philip's real parents never try to take him away from me.
Oh, I don't think that'll ever happen. He's been the center of your life for as long as I've known you.
Yes, someone else pointed out to me the other day that I had given up the man that I loved. To marry another man who could give Philip a father figure to look up to. You see what I meant when I said one problem compounds another?
Yeah. But no woman I've ever known could have been more of a mother than you have been to Phillip. So whether you actually gave birth to him or not doesn't matter. You're a mother in the true sense of the word.
I want very much to feel that way. I'm working on it in therapy right now.
Well, you'll succeed, I know you will.
I know I will. I really do. A few months ago, I didn't feel that way, but now, I think I'll go back to Springfield a very healthy and whole person. I really do.
Well, I'll drink to that.
I would like to drink to us. And to what might have been.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but these spare ribs are pretty good, Hillary.
Good, I'm glad you like them.
You know, the only place I'd ever had spare ribs was in a Chinese restaurant, and I hate Chinese food, you know, so that's the reason I said all that stuff about hating spare ribs and
no,
everything.
that's fine, really. I understand completely.
Well, I'm glad, you know, because I'm real sorry I got you upset.
And I'm real sorry that I overreacted.
Well, you know, I know how it is, because I do that sometimes myself.
Really? I never would have noticed.
Listen, could I get somebody anything else?
Nothing for me.
No, I don't want anything.
Does it seem unnecessarily quiet around here?
Yeah, it's because Floyd's not here doing cannonballs in the pool.
I think it sounds strange coming from me, but I think I missed the man. I think things are starting to get to me. I think I better... I have an announcement to make. Can I make an announcement?
Sure.
Sure, yes.
You're here. All right, quiet. In case nobody's noticed, I haven't been my usual cheerful self.
Yeah.
I know. No comment. All right. That is going to change. From this moment on, the next guy that asks me out is going to get the biggest, fastest yes he has ever heard in his life.
Hooray! Good news. I just wonder what took you so long.
I think I just realized something new.
What?
I realized that Monsieur Hamilton isn't home knitting tonight. I don't see why I can't go out and have a good time, meet a couple of new men.
Well, I can tell you that's not going to be very hard to do, Katie.
Yeah, you don't even have to go out either. Just go to work and look around at all the residences and interns that are... Because, well, they're all interested in you. They told me so.
Oh, yeah? What'd you tell them?
Oh, well, I just told them that you're still upset over Mark, and that's going to take a long time. I didn't really say that. I was just kidding. I don't talk about people's love lives.
Well, it doesn't really matter anyway. I mean, doctors aren't going to be on my list, so they're going to be safe. Don't worry about it.
I know. They keep the craziest schedule.
You can say that again.
I mean, you're not even a full-fledged doctor yet.
Yeah, I know, but I'm hoping it's going to get better.
Well, and you coach Morgan and everything? How's that going?
Well, actually, I am beginning to see some improvement. You know, I told Tim the same thing. He stopped by before I left over there.
Oh, what were Tim and Morgan doing tonight?
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
Oh, I'm just surprised because you usually ask them to join us.
Yeah, well, I guess I just didn't think of it. What can I say?
I am so sorry to keep you all waiting, but dinner will be ready very soon.
Oh, heavenly days, Hope. You don't need to apologize. If this many guests had been thrust upon me at the last minute, I wouldn't have known where to begin.
Well, fortunately, Alan's housekeeper, Emily, is very competent, and she's used to these surprises, so I really can't take any credit for it myself. If you'll all excuse me, please. Well, Phillip, Ross, have you been meeting everybody?
Yeah, but I haven't seen my father very much. He's been very busy.
I know. This is not what we had in mind when we invited you over to spend the night tonight. But later on, when everybody leaves, there'll be plenty of time for us to visit.
Well, in the meantime, Philip's been telling me about his baseball team. It seems they're really improving.
Oh, wonderful. May I come see it sometime?
Sure.
Oh, good.
Excuse me, Mrs. Baldwin. Mr. Marlowe, let's telephone call for you. The operator said you'd place.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Emily. Excuse me.
Yes.
I'll be announcing dinner as soon as possible.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you very much. I know it's been boring for you being around all these grown-ups.
Well, that's okay.
Listen, I want to make this up to you sometime very soon. Just the three of us. We could go over to my Uncle Ed's house and go swimming and then come back here and barbecue hamburgers and hot dogs. Would you like that?
Sure. But we've got to do it soon, because as soon as Justin's patient gets off the critical list, we're going to move up to the summer cottage.
I've noticed some slight improvement since you were here earlier, Dr. Marler.
Well, that dopamine seems to be helping raise the pressure. That's the most positive sign we've had since they brought Mr. Stafford into emergency.
When do you think you can move him to the cardiology unit?
Well, not for a few days. If he's strong enough, maybe he can give us the names of some of his relatives, and we can find out what he was doing here in Springfield before his collapse.
Yes, that's right, Lucille. The time was right, so I dropped Amanda's little secret to that friend of mine I was telling you about. Tonight. Well, no, that's hard to say. It may take a while, but sooner or later she'll use that information for her own advantage. And Ben will go to Amanda and demand to know why she's kept something so important from him. And well, yeah, yes, I think we know the rest. Oh, Lucille, one more thing before I hang up. No, it has nothing to do with Amanda. This fits into the small world category, I guess. Yes, well, I mentioned this name to you before and got no noticeable reaction, but I thought this bit of news might still be interesting. Logan Stafford of Toronto is a patient of Justin's at Cedars. Yes, it seems my brother had to perform serious heart surgery on the poor man, and at this very moment, he's hovering between life and death.
I'm sorry I kept you up until 2 in the morning, but seeing you was about the nicest surprise I've had in a long time.
Me too. I am so glad you were there to listen to all of it.
I told you I'd be there for you, even if it's in Zurich, Switzerland.
You have no idea how good it feels to have it all out on the table. I kept everything inside for such a long time.
The fact you can talk about it means you're going to be home soon, doesn't it?
Maybe. Well, I'd like to go to the airport with you in the morning, but I have an appointment with Dr. Burnoff. I shouldn't cancel it.
No, that's all right. I understand.
So, have a safe flight.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Do you remember what I told you about honesty being important to me since I've been in therapy?
Yeah.
I wish you'd hold me for a minute. I need to feel your arms around me.
This has been the award-winning Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon South Southwest, Janie, Jamaica Estates, and Barney.